Welcome back to another shed night. Moving away from the project cars for a little bit, I've got a fun little project right here for the workshop. We're in a complex of 4 buildings. We have 5 designated car parks that are ours. And everyone's got the little sign, you know, KM parking, blah, 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 whatever the other businesses are. And we did have a garden outside, which I've since removed and put rocks down so this looks considerably better. And it doesn't take any maintenance other than killing weeds from time to time. The signage we had was kind of lame. It was very corporate looking, and that's not really how I get down. It's not my style, not my thing. So I decided we're gonna have parking meters. I'm pretty chuffed about the idea. We have a row of parking meters for all 5 of our spots. We've got 5 of these bad boys. They are I believe an 80s, maybe, type parking meter. They're non-electric, of course, so they must be about 80s. They don't work. I tried putting a coin in there and all I did was lose 10 cents or whatever it says on the front. I guess that also roughly tells you how old these are if parking was 10 cents. What was it? It's written on one of them. There was a dollar, a value. Yeah, 10 cents for 15 minutes. Use 10 cents for 20-cent coins. Did you have 10 cents in there? It did nothing. I lost 10 cents. Well, I still kind of have it. It's just in an obscure location. So nonetheless, I have 5 of these. I'm going to clean them all up. I'm going to mount them out there in the car park like it's 1985 all over again. And on the post, I'm going to put KM parking. This thing's going to look way cooler. So that is my plan for these bad boys. They are quite in poor condition. I guess after they did their job as parking meters, they probably sat around in a council holding yard forever and a day. I'd imagine in the weather, which is possibly why they don't work, but they're designed to be outside, so anyways, they don't work. We clean them all up, paint them, and mount them outside. I'm super chuffed, so let's get into it. This is our car park. We've got 5 car parks across here for the building, and currently this is what our signage looks like. There was more of these, but there used to be a garden along here as well. So we took the garden out, put rocks down. It was last year. I never got around to putting in these parking meters. This is our current signage. It's crap. Another one over there, just in the garden. So this is where they're going to go, along here, and hopefully no cars back into them. But yeah, should be fine. Going all the way along here. Should look really trick. I had a locksmith convert these locks to a screw because I didn't have a key for them. I was hoping to have a key cut, so I was kind of hoping if they worked, it'd be kind of cool to be able to put money in them and have the little dial come up and see if they expire on time and whatnot. See if this one will open. You can see inside, little fella. So that's all the mechanism inside, and the bolting is down in the bottom there. Ooh, something's loose in there too. What's loose in there? Oh, a piece of timber. That's different. You can expect to see that. Anyway, you can see the bolt down the bottom there. That's what sort of bolts it all together. So that's all the mechanism. Funky bit of gear. I'm assuming he used to wind them up. Maybe that's what I did wrong. Maybe I got to wind them up. What's this do? Oh, don't drop it. That might be how you wind it up. Maybe if I wind it up, it works. Ooh, that's interesting. We might play with that at some point. Yeah, and that's it sort of just goes down in a pole and that expands into the pole and no one can steal it. So I am a little bit worried about someone trying to pinch them. It would be most inconvenient. So I guess now I've told the internet world how to open one up. That was probably not real bright. Anyway, I'm sure no one's going to steal them. Surely people are respectful enough not to steal my parking meters. Plus, there's like 3 cameras, so you'll be seen from a lot of angles. Run that risk. Anyway, let's clean up the wire wheel. I think it's going to take most of the corrosion off. I'm going to scrape it first because you can't see it probably, but it's really bubbly. You can kind of see it there. It's super bubbly, so I need to get through all of that. Wire wheel should blast through a lot of it, and then quick sand and some paint. Spin it around so you can see it better. This is all bubbled up, so it should just be flaky, yeah, super flaky. All that white you can see is all the oxidization in it. Oh yeah. Well look, it's going to be a full bloody clean up and repaint, but at least this takes it all off. I guess we get back to having no paint. Geez, that's going to be a bit of work. Lucky there's only 5 of them, right? I might get someone to help me do the other ones. That's going to take a while. But it does come off nicely, look at that. Which I guess once I get all this off, it means I can get back to... Oh, it does come off quite well. I don't know, maybe I'm panicking early. does come off pretty well, so therefore it all comes off quite well. I guess I can hit it with the wire wheel, and then I've just got some emery paper. Just going to emery them. I guess that will do the trick. I don't really have any other sanding type stuff. This is an exhaust shop. So we just have emery paper here for cleaning manifolds up and surfaces before we put, you know, new gaskets in exhaust. So I don't know. I'll keep scraping. See how we go. Excuse the sound of the fan in the background. I can't find a mask, so this is going to get rather dusty, I think. It's very heavily oxidized. Anyway, the fan is my face mask, essentially. I figured if I don't breathe it in by blowing past me, I should be fine. This is my weapon of choice. Not that I really know what I'm doing, but I'm going to call this stage 2. I think this will do a pretty good job. Yeah, it's doing a great job. I should just bring it back to alloy. Yeah, bring it back to alloy. That's what I was planning. That was my plan all along. So there, I'll hit the whole thing with that. The scraper got all the loose stuff off. Pretty much 90% of it. Whatever I haven't got, I'll sort out. When it comes to paint, I'm not too worried about the final finish because I have hammer tone. I'll explain why that is a godsend in a minute. But first, I need to hit it with this bad boy. I reckon that's going to about do it for that. My sandpaper is blown away. Okay. Anyway, sandpaper's blown away. Sandpaper was here. I guess I put a fan on and it's probably, hang on, where'd it go? I found it, stop looking. Emery paper, I don't know, what have we got? It says K283, whatever that means. So now that I've gotten all the bad bits out and all the loose bits out of it, it's sort of left it with paint everywhere. Now I'm going to use a bit of sandpaper just to blend it all back together. But I'm not going to go nuts because we're going to use hammer tone paint. Now hammer tone hides all of your sins. If you have an uneven surface, I decided I'd just go with a paint that leaves an uneven surface. And I think that might work. Don't hold me to that. We're going to find out together in a few minutes time when I actually go to paint it. That may be a terrible idea. But I don't know. It's the fuck around and find out type method, I suppose. Anyway, I'm going to do some sanding. Oh, I dropped it again. Alright, I think that's nearly all of it. Like it's far from what you'd call a very good sanding job. I mainly want to get rid of that oxidization. Bloody air compressor. Honestly, bad timing. Anyway, I've got rid of most of it and it's smoothed out and feathered the edges, if you like. So I think that's pretty good. The oxidization was my main thing to get rid of, so I'm happy I've done that. I'm going to blow up some air. I put that back in before I lose it. Stay with me, little guy. We can wipe that down and paint it. Oh, I've got to mask it up so that it's not just a blob. Okay. Let's mask it up. I was looking for the green tape, found the blue tape. So there you go. So, I'm just going to gently cut around here. Like so. And that way the clear bits remain clear. Ooh, ran off. Put a brand new blade in too, so chances of cutting myself pretty good. And there we go. Yep. Oh, marvellous. Look at that. And these bits are raised and there's glassy, the clear piece on the back, so just go through and cover everything up, cut around it, and we'll be ready to rip with this thing. So just like that. Just going to keep repeating this process. Then we can paint. We're looking pretty good, I think. I'm just going to give it a little spray and wipe with a bit of brake clean, just to make sure the surface is clean, I suppose. Anyway, just give it a quick rinse with this. And gonna have to work out some way of mounting it upright so that it can, so I can paint it. I'm gonna shake up a can of paint and get ripping into it. Yeah, it's pretty clean actually. Blowing off the air makes a big difference, of course. Alright, get this cleaned up, and I'm gonna have to get some pipe. I see some from where I'm standing. Being an exhaust shop, I've got heaps of pipe. So that won't be a problem. Alright, cool. Let's get that bit done and get that bit done. Let's spin this around over there. Alright, we're prepped and masked, and it's as good as it's going to get, I'm telling you. Which is not overly great. Like I say, we're using a silver hammer tone, and hammer tone hides a lot of sins, alright? So wherever I haven't sanded it real well, it's going to be just fine and dandy. And I figured silver hammer tone is kind of an industrial look that something like this would have. And I'm also hoping it will stand up to the elements half all right too. So let me just zhuzh this little fellow up. He is looking good already. Look at that. God, I love hammer tone. Yeah, man. Because it's an uneven surface, it just hits the surface, and whatever I've not done real well ain't gonna matter. Oh yeah, now we're talking. Here's where it's at. Get all down here underneath. Yep, I'm digging it. I am digging it. The spray painting part is always so quick and easy. It's all the prep that goes into it, eh? I'm not saying my prep was very good. It was pretty average. I am not delusional, but like it just needed to be something paint could stick to. Yeah, hammer tone. Woo. I don't know, do you paint it till it runs? That's usually what I do. You know how long it takes to dry. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I am chuffed. Stoked, pumped. That is freaking killer. These are going to look awesome out the front of the shop. I really feel like that's enough, and that is pretty freaking rad. Comes out of this pretty thick. I don't know, something like that, eh? Call that good? I'll bring this in. We'll have a little look. It's cool. Hammer tone for the win. You barely even tell that I did a really poor job of prepping the surface, because that looks mint. It's a bit more hammer toney in some sections than others, but I think for the overall arrangement, that is going to look like a way a parking meter should look. So we're kind of a grey colour anyway. That's cool. So I'm going to let this little fella set up. There's 5 more to do. 4 more. 5 in total. 4 more to do. I did read before I taped the front up. They are from Rockhampton. So there you go. I knew I bought them from somewhere up that way. Let them dry up. It's now dark outside. It's a proper shed night in full effect right here. And I don't have the posts yet. So I need to get some posts and I need to set them in the ground. So don't go anywhere. It's not going to happen in like the next couple of seconds. But for me, it's going to be a couple of days. So I'm going to get that gear and we'll get out there in some sunshine. And we'll get them in the ground. Couldn't help myself. It's dried a little bit, so I want to peel it off. Because that's kind of the cool part, right? Put all that time and effort into prepping it and getting it all ready for paint. Oh, did I get some stuff through there? We'll deal with that later. Bit of thinners will sort that out. But I wanted to peel it off. It's only just touch dry. It's been an hour or two, I think. Come on, little fella. I can touch it, so it's not too bad to work with now. I normally get way more excited way earlier and peel it off before it's ready. Come on, look at it. It's going to look so good. Super stoked with this little idea. It's going to make the car park. God, it's getting late, all right? It's around 9 o'clock and I'm starting to feel a little tired. I've been working on the gasser, which I'll bring you a video of that soon. It's a bit of a long story because it hasn't been here. It's been out at AC Engineering Concepts doing a lot of chassis work on it that I need so I can register it. So I haven't been filming out there because I've respected their workshop. But it's back here now, so I'll do some filming on it soon. But yeah, there we go. Look at that. Tell you what, this has been a pretty gnarly little idea. I can't wait to see him in the car park. Holes going in. All 5 of them ready for our poles to go in, ready for our parking meters. Welcome to Fuck Around and Find Out. I nicked the pipe. Mother effer. Damn it. A quick trip to Miner 10. That ought to sort this out. We'll get some bits and pieces and get this back on track ASAP. Except I bought the wrong bloody piece. Carl was trying to fit it up and I sort of gave him a bum steer here. Anyways, I thought we could just do it with the basic line joint, but you can't do that because there's not enough freaking pipe sticking out. So then we have to go back and get a repair joint, which is like got a sliding collar in it. So, as you can probably imagine, straight back down to bloody Mitre 10. Thankfully these guys across the road made it super simple. Got back there, grabbed the right piece we needed, and Carl the master cut it, put it together, and we are back in action, and the building has water again. Well, we used the rapid set, but it's all setting up now. All of them, look at that, pretty cool. Pull the rocks back in and whatnot, just doing a little bit more works in that corner there, but don't worry about that. Let's go and get the parking meters and put them on.
Check it out.
Well, that is it. Parking meters are installed. I am absolutely freaking stoked with how these look. Very, very cool. Bit of a flashback to a time long forgotten. Parking meters these days are weird and you can tap your card on them. These ones take 10 and 20 cent pieces. So that is that. Pretty stoked with them. So that is it, guys. Thank you very much for watching. A little bit of fun this time at the workshop. I'm pretty cool with these things. They are just freaking rad. I'm so stoked with how they came up. You get a little idea in your head and then you see it come to fruition. It's pretty darn cool. Oh, I think that one's crooked. Nah, they're good. Cool. All right. Catch you on the next one.